In the 1980s, NBC had a yearly segment called NBC Sports Fantasy. And people would send in postcards, and if you were selected for your fantasy, then they would fulfill it. And in 1987, a man in a wheelchair wanted to play Michael Jordan if he were in a wheelchair, and that was on the program. I had entered it 2 or 3 years and never got anything. So then in 1988, the Winter Olympics were in Calgary, and for ski jumping, there was this one character named Eddie the Eagle Edwards from England. And he was a common laborer, but he figured out if he could ski jump, he could represent England in the Olympics. And so I saw that, and I sent in a postcard saying I'd like to ski jump against Eddie the Eagle, and that I had never ski jumped, but I had skied, which wasn't true, but I had played ice hockey, and I figured if I could skate backwards, I could ski forwards. Well, eventually I got a phone call, and my fantasy was being fulfilled. There was one small glitch. They had to put up something like $1 million in insurance in case something happened to me. I mean, they didn't pay $1 million, but that was the coverage in case something happened. And then I'm flown to Lake Placid, and that night, the night of my arrival, they had a big, the mayor and some dignitaries had a meal for me, and the press was there. They were doing a story called A Tale of Two Skiers. And so we finished the meal, and it was very nice. And then they said, "Terry, do you want to go out and see the ski slope?" And I go, "Yeah, sure." So we go out, and there's this thing of ice coming down like this. You know, I always thought it was snow, but it's solid ice coming down like this. And I'm standing there looking at it, and I go, "Well, where do you go off?" And they go, "Up there." And it was a little bit of embarrassment there. And then they took me to my suite, which was just amazing. It was a big fireplace. I can't even remember how many rooms there were. And so I stayed there the night, and the next morning they come to get me for breakfast. And I'm not a breakfast eater, but the woman producer said, "You're going to eat, and you're going to eat a steak because you're going to be out there for a while." And the announcer, he was from Cleveland, and he was amazed that the whole room was filled with ski jumpers because there was an international ski jumping competition, and Eddie was there. And so we finish breakfast, and then they take me over to the pro shop where I get fitted out with the boots. And I can't remember if I had a helmet or not, but then we go out, and everywhere I went on skis that day, well, everywhere I went, 2 insurance ladies followed me everywhere. And then they said, "Come on, we'll take you over to where the skiers go off the ramp." And they come down at 55 miles an hour, and the compression when they go off just sets off this like a sonic boom. And it was pretty impressive, you know, that I got to stand there. And then they took me over, and they just had me ski down where you land, and it was on a 30-meter jump. The pros go off 70 and 90-meter jumps. Now they have a 120-meter jump. So I was just skiing down the where you land, and I fell every way that you can humanly fall, up, down, through the hill. And it began to take a toll. And after a couple hours, they said, "Well, Eddie won't be here for a couple more hours." So we went to some shop to, I think, get a hot chocolate or tea or something like that. And then finally, Eddie came over. And when you see the video, there are 3 ski jumps: a 30 meter, which Eddie goes off of, a 15 meter in the middle, and then a little 5 meter one. That's what I went off of. And it wouldn't matter if you were the greatest ski jumper in the world, you're just going to flop a little ways and then go down. And so that's what I did. I flopped a little ways and went down and flopped some more. And then you'll see they have a little bit of a ceremony after that. And that night I went over and met Eddie, and he gave me one of his t-shirts. And with that, I'll let you watch the event. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
They say in sports that winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. Well, that was proven wrong at the Calgary Olympics by that lovable British ski jumper named Eddie the Eagle Edwards. He finished dead last, but he won the hearts of sports fans everywhere, including a viewer of ours from Pensacola, Florida, named Terry Stocker. He was a common laborer from Great Britain. His name, Eddie Edwards. And he was the best member of the British ski jumping team. He was the only member. And he finished dead last at the Calgary Olympics. After the Olympics, Eddie worked out in his backyard. He was a celebrity. Public appearances. Making lots of money. And this year, he was jumping again at the Subaru Ski Jump International. This time, he finished tied for last. Let's go to Lake Placid and NBC's Jim Donovan.
Welcome to Lake Placid, New York, site of the 1980 Winter Olympic Games. And from the Olympic ski jumping venue, we bring you this sports fantasy challenge. Terry Stocker has written in. He wants to go one-on-one against Eddie the Eagle Edwards. Eddie the Eagle, a phenomenon from the 1988 Winter Olympic Games in Calgary. And so today the big question is, will Eddie the Eagle Edwards finally get an opportunity to wear a ski jumping medal?
This is the best competition next to the Olympics. This is the best. My life will be fulfilled. I'm really psyched for this competition. I really am.
What about the weather conditions here?
Not too good. A bit of snow. Gonna get in my glasses. My glasses are gonna steam up something rotten now. So if somebody can point me in the right direction, I'll just go and jump.
And our viewer, Terry Stocker. Does he look worried? Well, maybe he should be. This is Terry's second time on skis. What made you choose this particular fantasy?
Oh, it just seems so much like flying that I really wanted to try it.
Have you ever done this before?
I've skied once, but I've never jumped before.
Are you nervous right now?
I'm not nervous, but it's a lot. I've had a few runs at it, and it's a lot tougher than I thought it would be.
And as they groom the hill, former U.S. Olympic team member Jay Rand gives Terry some last-minute advice.
The only advice I've given Terry so far is to stay low to the ground. He'll avoid impact by doing that. The Eagle is going to be tough, and he's behind a little bit at this point, but with his guts, it could be a close match. But I have to say at this point, I definitely favor the Eagle. He's really beginning to learn how to soar, and he knows this hill well.
And now, Terry set. Terry's distance, 3.5 feet. And now Eddie's getting set. This may be his opportunity to leave an event with a medal. Can he do it? Terry, congratulations, you jumped, and more importantly, you lived to tell about it.
Yeah, I actually thought I did better than I expected. I asked Eddie about it, and he thinks I should retire.
So are you? Is that official?
Yeah, I'm going to retire. My last jump.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
win. Let me present this medal to you. You can put it around. Would
Thank
you
you.
like to sing your national anthem or anything like that?
No, thank you.
This is your first medal.
Oh, is it for me? I thought I was going to present
No,
it to
this is
him.
for you, yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. God save our gracious queen. There we go.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, and thank you.
But there's a postscript. Eddie, as you can imagine, is a bit injury prone. Here's one of his earlier spills. And after we taped Our Fantasy, he broke his collarbone in another spill in Austria.
I've broken my jaw and torn ligaments in my knee. And in my downhill, I broke my neck and back. So it's normal for me.
Eddie is now healthy, and he's ready to jump once again.